Clint Eastwood's newest film is creating a big buzz, defying all conventional movie-making norms by using real-life heroes to play themselves. The movie stars 3 Americans who stopped an ISIS terrorist attack on a train in France in 2015. Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo spoke with the stars of 1517 to Paris.
Gents, I want to talk about this experience. Of course, it made international headlines. It threw you all into the world's consciousness. Alec, you and your friends are on this train. They're sleeping, but you're awake. What did you hear, and what made you take action and waken them?
Well, I was just hanging out, texting some friends back home, and like 2 hours, 3 hours into the trip, I heard a gunshot and breaking glass. And I kind of put my head up because I wasn't sure if that was what I had heard or not. I couldn't exactly define it at the time. And while I was thinking about that, a train employee ran kind of past us away from the noise at full sprint. And so that woke them up, and we all kind of looked back to see who he was running from. And there was a shirtless man with an AK-47. So ducked behind the seats, and I was like, Spencer, go get him. And Spencer took off.
And that was it. Let's go. And Spencer, you take off down the middle of this train, heedless that the guy has an AK-47 pointed at you. What made you run at him at that moment?
I mean, honestly, it was just, we just wanted to live. It was pure survival. And I kind of caught a moment down the aisle where I saw him maybe either jam the gun or maybe the safety was on. All I knew is that he hadn't started shooting yet. And so I pretty much just saw it as a window of opportunity, like, you know, hey, it's either now or never. We're gonna die either way, so might as well give it a shot. And that's what really sprung me out of my seat.
Wow. Anthony, your 2 friends have military training. You do not, yet you went after them up the aisle as well.
Yeah, I think my motivator was them being lifelong friends of mine, that it kind of shut down my brain process, and it was like once they jumped into action, I had to just go help, really, at that point. It was a kind of all in or nothing type of situation.
And Spencer, you grabbed this guy, a member of an ISIS cell. He's got an AK-47. That's not all he was packing, apparently.
Yeah.
What happened when you tackled him?
When I tackled him, I was trying to grab the AK from him a little bit. I was practicing jiu-jitsu at the time, so I kind of just went straight to that. And we both stood up. I put him in a rear naked choke, slammed myself against the window. So he's on top of me at this point, and he pulls out a pistol that he had just shot Mark McGallion with. And he tries to shoot me with that, but luckily there was no ammunition in it. And Alec runs up, pries the pistol out of his hands. As soon as the pistol gets out of his hand, he grabs a box cutter and starts cutting the back of my neck, almost trying to slit my throat with it, and then comes across and slices my left thumb to the bone, severs my tendon and nerve. And I looked over his shoulder, saw the knife, and him kind of flailing around. I screamed, he's got a knife, and I kicked him off me, and then we all kind of punched him and kicked him for a little bit, and then the fight went on from there, too. But
unbelievable. Do you believe, Alec, that there was a divine hand in all of this, in the way these events transpired?
If you add up all the odds of us being in that time and place and all the circumstances that put us there, all the circumstances that went towards us surviving it, I mean, that's going to be in the movie, too, but it's just, to me, is too astronomical to be coincidence.
So as if all this wasn't terrifying enough, Anthony, you all decide we're going to approach Clint Eastwood with our book and our story. He decides to do this film and casts you all as yourselves. This had to be a little intimidating, having never acted before. You didn't do theater, you didn't do
never
anything.
A school play or anything.
Nothing.
Nothing. So we thought when he picked up the picture that would be good enough. Like, oh, this is the mountaintop. He wants to do our story. We thought that was great. And then 3 weeks before we start shooting, we thought we were meeting the actors who were playing ourselves. And he's like, you mind reenacting things for us on camera? And we're like, sure, we'll show the actors for accuracy. And he's like, he says it again. And then we're like, Mr. Eastwood, what do you mean here? Like, you kind of sound like you're asking us to be in the movie. He's like, sure, why not? Like, you boys should just do it.
Alec, you spent a lot of time with him on the set, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time with him on set. I mean, he worked longer days than we did, and we spent a lot of time with him outside of set, just hanging out, getting food, getting drinks. We even would work out with him from time to time, and that's one of my favorite memories of him. Is Spencer and I were kind of talking smack to each other about how many dips we could do. And then Clint comes in and he's like, oh yeah, that's nothing. When I was 75, I could do 25 dips. And so we're like, all right, let's see what you got now. Keep in mind, he's 87.
Right.
He hops up on the dip bar and just knocks out 10 body weight dips, just like nothing.
He's
still got it.
He's a tough hombre. What did you learn from him?
He gave us a lot more gems and showed us a lot more about the industry and the process than he had to make the picture. So it felt like he was really invested in us, and he really wants to see us do well. So we all want to continue to pursue acting, for sure.
You're going to continue this, Spencer.
Absolutely. I feel like he blessed us with a great opportunity, and he, like Anthony was saying, he kind of raised us up in this world a little bit, and we kind of want to see what else we can do with it.
And what do you want people to take away from this experience, given that ISIS has proven itself that this is the kind of attacks they plan on enacting on the public from now on?
Even though these two are off-duty servicemen at the time, that we are three ordinary guys, and that ordinary people are going to watch the film, and we don't have anything special. And us three, it's we were just put in an extraordinary situation, and we hope that people take that theme from the movie, that if they find themselves in a situation with a terrorist or maybe any obstacle they're facing in their life, that they have the ability to do something extraordinary themselves.
If they do it together.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.